Tell us about growing
I
up.
was excited when I got a call from Dare, inviting me to Nigeria to be a part of his show, Love Like a Movie.
Growing up for me has been pretty much traveling from one country to another because my dad is Lebanese and a businessman, and he had his businesses in Liberia, and when there was war, we had to move on to Lebanon and leave everything behind. We lived in Lebanon, where I went to my kindergarten, and we were there for about 2 years. Then the war started in Lebanon, and we had to run away back to Africa. Got back to Liberia again. There was another war in '94, and after that we had to move to Ivory Coast, which was the country sharing a border with Liberia then. So we lived in Ivory Coast, where I went to school, high school, and it was pretty much okay living in Ivory Coast, but it was a French-speaking country, so we had to now learn how to speak French, read, write French. Went to French schools, and then the war in Ivory Coast started in 2000, and then it was about time to just move to Ghana completely. So the family moved to Ghana, and then we've been there ever since.
Kanye, your father.
Why did you decide to go into acting?
Dare and Nigerians must pay for humiliating a Kardashian.
Acting was never really my plans. I when I was in school in Ivory Coast, I always used to perform at talent shows. I was like, I'm going to be a musician. Whenever I was asked in school about career, when we had career days and stuff, I always said I'm going to grow up to be a musician. I watch a lot of Hindi movies where I'll be singing along with all this sonita and all this stuff. So I just dreamt of being a musician when I was growing up. I was a very shy person as well, but when I perform, I always wear my dark shades, and I can be able to just use that to cover up my shyness and just sing behind the mic. And never did I think I would be an actress. Yes, I did one playlet in school, I think in the 8th grade. I did a playlet, but that was my very first acting experience ever, and the last. I was so nervous that I was like, I'm never ever going to act. I can't do it. And then when we moved to Ghana, I started modeling, because back then I was very, very slim, like very, very slim, skinny. I was like a stick. Well, I had small hips still. So I started modeling, and then I won a beauty pageant in 2004. When I won the pageant, somebody at the pageant, who happened to be a producer or a friend of a producer, invited me to an audition for Venus Film Production, and I went there, and we did an audition together, Majid Michel and myself. So we did it, and then they called me up 2 days later that, oh, you've gotten the role. And it was a lead role in the movie Crime to Christ with Majid Michel.
It was good, so I forget the part say I carried belly. Mama encouraged me to go, but Kanye was so mad at me on the phone. I don't understand why he'd be so concerned about me. I'm not a teenager. Makagini.
How was your first time on set?
Don't get me wrong. I wanted my baby Kim to come to your country, Nigeria. But you know, you're not too good. Pot O too plenty.
My first time on set for the movie Crime to Christ was very, very challenging. I had no experience in acting, no experience in how to read my lines and deliver my lines. I had no clue, and nobody taught me, nobody even thought about teaching me how to act on set. They just gave me a script, and I had to read a script for about maybe 100 scenes, and my scenes were like almost 40, and I had to cram all the lines, which was what I thought was acting. You cram your lines and you just get there. When you say action, you start delivering your lines. So I did that for the movie Crime to Christ. There was no form of oh, Juliet, this is how it should be done as actress. You should be able to do this, do that. Nobody taught me. It was an experience, a real experience that taught me, because after that I had a second movie to go and shoot. So when I had a second movie to go and shoot, it was a total different character from the first one. And then I had to okay, let me just go on YouTube and then Google stuff and see how this thing works. So YouTube really helped me, because I was able to understand how acting should be and how you can deliver your lines and all of that. So when you watch my movies after the first movie, you see a big difference, because the first movie was just somebody who doesn't have an idea, with no form of education in acting, acting out, and she didn't know what she was doing. But there's a whole a big improvement on the new Juliet Ibrahim than the very old Juliet Ibrahim in the movie Crime to Christ.
You go. I'll be okay.
How was it like working with Majid?
Majid was my friend before we even shot the movie together. Majid, I don't know if you know, but he's like a filmmaker as well. So when I was modeling, he was always involved in all these pageants and all these fashion shows that I would model for. So he was always he was a cool friend. People just, I don't know, assumed that we had something together, because I think we had a great chemistry in the movie Crime to Christ. So as usual, they will always assume that, okay, something happened or whatever. But no, I knew Majid and his family. He has a wife and 2 kids. I knew them way before I started acting, so I would never disrespect Verna for any reason, and nope, nothing ever happened.
It's 5 p.m. and I'm ready for the show. Can we just go on your red carpet now?
Oh, come on now, Kim. We're only I was only rehearsing.
What has been the critical response to your first movie?
We actually need 8 p.m.
Well, the agreement states 5 p.m. and I have only 30 minutes. You better start calling everyone to come out now before you lose your money.
The responses I got for my first movie, mostly from people abroad, and then a couple of comments online from blogs that have viewed it, were not very exciting. They were not encouraging in any way. For somebody who's a first-time actress, a lot of them were not encouraging. But a few of them were also encouraging, where we had them saying that, oh, this girl is so pretty, and I think she can do very well at playing a bad girl role, and da-da-da. And the majority were negative comments, insulting. You know, where people always think that by insulting you, then they can break you or something. So I remember there was a day I just told my mom, okay, you know what, I don't think this acting thing is for me. I can't stand the insults from people, because they don't even know me and they're insulting me. They have no clue that I was just given a script and nobody taught me what to do. I was just told to come and act, and when it's time for acting, they just tell me action and then cut, and then I would just recite what I have to recite and cut. So it wasn't really my fault for bringing out whatever actions or how I delivered my lines in the first movie, Crime to Christ, because I had no clue what I was doing, and I was casted for a lead role.
I was so upset that night. My baby was kicking and Kanye kept calling and asking me to stay away from Two-Face.
Nobody only pass it. Look into my eye and tell me, say you pass it.
Besides,
Highest point of your career?
I noticed that Diary had only 3 more minutes left before the money he paid me would expire.
I would say it's producing my first movie. I produced my first movie in last year, and then I would say it's winning Best Actress in the year 2010 for playing the lead role in the movie Foreplay. So those 2 moments were the highlights of my 10 years in the industry.
While we grouped for the photo, I noticed that Two-Face was getting too close, so I asked my bouncer to relocate him.
How did you feel when you won your first award?
So sorry that I only spent 30 minutes in Nigeria, but I'm going to be back someday.
The funny thing was I had just given birth, so I was at home when the Ghana Movie Awards was going on in 2010, and I know I was nominated for Best Lead Actress, but I didn't really think I was going to win it. There were so many top actresses in that category as well, so I was in bed when a couple of my fans were calling my phone. Are you not at the movie awards? Where are you? And I'll be hearing noise in the background, like, I'm at home, because fans didn't know that I had given birth then. So it was after like some minutes after speaking to someone, then a fan called me again. Someone, I don't really know the number, I just picked it up. It's like, you just won Best Actress. Oh my God. The person was like shouting on the phone. It's like, oh, really? Are you sure? I was shocked, so I went online just to check tweets and stuff, and I saw it. I was like, wow. But I didn't really, I wasn't really surprised, because I know that I did very, very well in the movie, and I'm like one of the persons in the movie that really sold the movie Foreplay, because there were a whole lot of controversies that came up around the movie because I was in it, and it was like, okay, Juliet, you deserve it. That's how I just saw it as. So it was something that I really I was proud of, and I'm still proud of today.
You can visit our website at www.kimkanye.
That's all.
Boniface, I am really tired of this situation. I said I'm really tired of this situation. 8 years, 8 good years, and no cry of a baby in this house. Why? What have I done?
What sets you apart from other female celebrities?
Boniface, my younger sister has 3 children, not girls, boys.
Well, what I would say that sets me apart from other female celebrities in my industry is my personality. My personality is what people grew to like when I started acting. My personality is what people still get to like as they meet me, as I grant interviews. They get to see the real me, like a different side of me that they just don't see in movies. So it always attracts people to me, and I won't really say there's anything much, even though we all have our different features, our different ways of acting, our different ways of doing things. It's always the personality that can attract somebody to you. If you're just somebody who's very free-spirited, down to earth, people will easily tend to like you.
I will remind you, woman, that I am still the man of this house.
You're so pathetic. You claim you are.
What's your take on Nollywood?
Are we sure that this your gun is loaded with life ammunitions? Huh?
Yeah, people think I'm Nigerian. I don't mind. I can have a second nationality. And the movie industry in Nollywood has come a long way. I remember when I used to watch all those movies when I was young, and I'll be looking up to people like Kanayo, and I'm like, oh my God, Peter Dochi and Patience Ozoko. But now we've come to a stage where people are shooting on red cameras are being used, like cinema movies are being made. We have investors coming to Nollywood, and they're shooting proper movies, like films that people can be proud of, that, okay, this product came out of Africa. So we've gotten to somewhere that we know that Nollywood is not joking. And in the next 5 years, I'm very, very sure Nollywood is really, really going to go somewhere. I get to a stage where we can be the second most sought after movie industry in the world.
Arsenal.
We must have trophies.
Arsenal.
Baka.
Arsenal.
Okay, maybe Chelsea, they've won like 10 trophies, so 10 children is okay.
What is your greatest fear?
Maggie, how do we even know that you are not the problem? Everything.
My greatest fear is failure. I always say that I hate failing. I hate any disappointments. So I'm always like, if I get into something, whatever I do in life, the fact or whatever I live on or live with in the back of my mind is I am not going to fail. I must succeed. So I don't start anything if I'm not sure about it.
What's that?
Hold that up. That's a prophet.
Can you shed more light on the rumors about the split between you and your husband?
Who will do the prophesying in this house?
Bonnie.
Well, rumors will always be rumors, like I said. People assume stuff. Sometimes they go on my Instagram and like, why are you not posting pictures of you and your family and you and your husband and blah, blah, blah. It's my business. It's my Instagram. My family remains my family. I hardly even post pictures of my son anymore because when I do, they take it out there and publish. So I avoid putting my family out there. My sisters and brother are in the limelight already, so I can put them out there because my sisters are models and Sonia is now an actress, so they can be out there. But when it comes to my son and my immediate family, I put them behind the camera. Unless they want to be seen, then that's different. But for now, I just appreciate if people can just respect the fact that I don't want to put my son or my husband out there in the public or anything about them out there in the public. So when that rumor came up, I don't know where it came from and who started the rumor, but I didn't really bother. I was filming and I read it online and somebody even granted an interview and quoted me and claimed I answered. And I was shocked. I even called my publicist. I was like, really? Did I grant an interview about this thing? I didn't grant any interviews about the rumor about me divorcing my husband. I've never granted any interviews to anyone till date. That story has died off on its own, so I just will remain silent on it and I won't really say anything about it because we let sleeping dogs lie.
Oh, yeah, give me no one with me. What?
Tell us about your businesses.
Here is the woman of this house.
I have a beauty salon and then a boutique called House of Glamour, and they're in Osu, Accra, in Ghana. And then it's been running for quite some time. The salon has been there, and Vogue Beauty Parlor has been there since 2003. Then the boutique since 2009. So I've been doing business long before I got into acting, and I also do other stuff on the side, like how do I say it? It's like a modeling agency, talent agency sort of. It's called Dolphins Talent Agency. So I hire people who help me audition young ones. When they audition them, we give out models or like faces to be used for billboards, adverts, TV commercials and stuff like that. And that one has been running since 2002.
Do you have anything that looks like a closet in this house?
I
How did you end up working with AY?
Are you ready for your wife to have a child?
Yes, perfect.
Good. Can I take her into the inner chambers?
AY is funny. I don't know where he came up with the whole thing, but he's been trying to get me to do skits for him for so long, and every time he will send me a skit, I'll be like, no, this is not funny, or it's not like that funny for me. I want something that will blow people's minds. And then he's like, okay, let me check again, and then he'll get another actor to do the other one. So he called me up and was like, I have the perfect skit for you. I was like, okay, send it to me. So when he sent it to me, I just started laughing. I was like, wow, this is going to cause trouble. He's like, people always talk, oh, just do it. It doesn't matter. It's for fun. So I was like, okay, I will think about it. So I spoke about it with my mom, and then she's like, it's a fun skit, so I think you should. It doesn't matter. So I came in to Nigeria and we shot it. Moses Inwan was the one who directed the thing. Moses Inwan is the same one that directed my movie, the number one fan. So it was more like a family thing. So we went ahead with the skit, and people loved the skit.
Perfect. You can follow me.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you can lead the way to the inner chambers.
Perfect.
Ah! Wawa malele yo. Oyeko enter bàjẹ́. Let us go there. Where are you going to?
Tell us about your musical career.
Where are you going to? It's your duty not to interpret.
I have 3 singles that are out. The first one is called Celebrate, which features Jupiter. He's a Ghanaian dancehall artist. And Celebrate was released in 2012. And it was more of a big song in Ghana than in Nigeria. They didn't really promote it in Nigeria. And then I did release a second one called It's Over Now, which features General Pipe. And this one has been like getting good responses from Nigeria so far. And the third one is called Traffic Jam, and that one has been released, but it was released with a video. So that's my first video that is out. I'm going to be releasing the second video for It's Over Now, which features General Pipe. So far, my music career hasn't really taken off yet because I still act. So it's been a bit stressful combining the two, acting and singing. But like I said, singing has always been my passion. So I'm using the opportunity to sing because I've always wanted to sing.
JULIET IBRAHIM, the shining bright like jewels. I'm like it. You represent the sexy ladies in Africa. Come on.
Favorite Nigerian artist?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's very hard. I like a lot of songs. I'm more into the songs than like favorite musician. If you ask me for favorite songs, I have like a long list. But there are a couple of talented people in Nigeria. One person I really like. I'm not really a rap fan, but MI makes me to listen to rap music. So MI still remains like number one for me. And then we have who would I say? I like Iyan as well. Iyan has a very good voice, but I prefer his music when he's singing R&B than when he's singing the song we all dance to. So Iyan is somebody I also admire. He's very talented. And then I would say Tiwa Savage. I like Tiwa. She's very talented. And I can't really think of there's a lot of people that are good when it comes to music music, there's so many people you can name in Nigeria, because Nigerians are very, very talented. There's a whole bunch of talented people out of Nigeria. So picking favorites is very hard. But yes, I like Flavor.
Tell us about your foundation.
My foundation is the JULIET IBRAHIM Foundation. It is a foundation about kidney cancer awareness, but we also help raise funds for people living with kidney-related diseases, like other kidney stones, anything that has to do with kidney. So it's been there since 2010. It was launched in 2011, and my foundation is the first kidney awareness foundation that came out of Ghana, and I think the first kidney cancer foundation to come out of West Africa.
Words for your fans.
What I'd like to say to my fans is thank them first of all for all the support over the years. It's not been easy. I know that there are times they'll just be missing me on the screen. Oh, when is your next movie coming out and stuff like that. It still happens, but they have to know that nowadays everything's changing. People are making more of cinema movies, and cinema movies take forever to come out. It doesn't really just come out on DVD. So that's why you don't really see me out there on your screens that much. Doesn't mean I'm not acting. I'm acting, but I'm doing more of cinema movies that takes like 2 years or so to come out on a DVD. And I would like to thank them for also supporting my music career. I get their tweets and their Facebook messages every time whenever it has to do with my music. They're supporting me, and I love you guys. Without you, I wouldn't be here.